Hello everyone, Eunice 20. It is, what's the word, how did I click this? Here we are. It is the 23rd, Thursday, right? Yes, Thursday. And we're back with, good old Berseria. I skipped streaming yesterday. No real reason, I just wanted to play other stuff. Not that I get tired of this game. I was just like, man, it's been a while. I want to touch up on some other stuff and actually make some progress. So yeah, I mean, I honestly thought last time I streamed that I'd be able to complete the Titania section because I didn't think that it was actually a dungeon. I forgot that it was. Oh, the Norman Islands. Again. Yeah, we'll go start over there.
Scout ship.
So I was actually gonna go upgrade everyone's gear at the end of the last stream, but I couldn't because, well, we're stuck here. Since I already landed here. No big deal. No big deal. Either way, it's time for this dungeon. So it's essentially like a revisit of the start of the game. Only now you can actually explore the whole thing, because at the beginning of the game some areas were blocked off because of the riot and all that stuff. But now they're like, nah, you can go wherever you want. It looks like according to the map our destination is B3 and that's where the... Oh.
You're fighting the Reaper.
Also, there are new enemies here. Obviously, you can't like leave it with the weak stuff in the beginning of the game.
Not good.
Also, I went through everybody's art sheets and I changed everything around a bit.
I'll finish this quick.
Because some characters, some of the cast, like I think Velvet specifically has more arts than I could possibly put on her. Even filling up every single one of the available slots that she has, which is 4, 8, 16, and then 4 for the quick keys. That's 20 arts. I think she has more than 20. I'm trying to remember if I put anything on you down here. I didn't. I did for some people. I just don't know how to use those.
You'll be rust on my blade.
They show the left stick, so I guess it just means push it in any direction and hit the corresponding button. Yeah, I thought so. These little witch things are also casting wind moves, so that wasn't too helpful. I was also taking a look to see how easy it is in this game to increase the blast gauge and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, it's actually, ooh, a new charm. It's actually really easy to increase the blast gauge in this game for like mystic arts and stuff. It just upgrade everyone's
I'll follow your order.
sorry.
I will take the lead.
Where I didn't actually change her because I didn't think I'd be using her. She have Vanguard on? She does not. See Burning Moon, Crushing, a lot of Rending Strikes. Alright, wrong one. Double rush anywhere? No. Cleansing Lance is over there. Earth Strike, Coiling Serpent, Trouble Strike. Burning Moon, Whirling Top, Skewering Spear. There's Whirling Tops. They're all there. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, what are you? I don't think Aizen would be so useful in the area with enemies to just use a bunch of wind moves. Like at the very least, Aizen also has earth moves, but you know, I think most of his stuff is wind.
Victory is ours.
I was gonna look at something, and I don't remember what it was that I was gonna look at. Oh yeah, now I remember. It's one thing I wanted to make sure of. Doing an 8-hit combo or higher. Okay. Not too bad. I don't think I checked if the plant had grown back, because the reason they mark it on the map is that the herbs, the stat increasing herbs, actually do grow back after a certain amount of time. At least I'm 99% sure they do. In Berseria, you had the ability to activate a Lord of the Land ability, which would make it so that like chests would refill if you went back to old areas. Oh, now I remember what I was saying. Blast Gauge. Increasing it's super easy in this game. It's just tied to how much... wow, really? It's tied to how much of your weapons and armor is upgraded. So I think if all this stuff together hits 5, it goes up to 4. And so on and so forth. I was looking at all the potentites yesterday, reading what they do, and I was like, oh, these are really useful.
It appears that we're finished here.
Unless I change everyone's gear again, of course, too.
This island reeks with malevolence.
I imagine it's emanating from all the big old demons roaming about.
Yeah, this place isn't the nicest. And dungeon icon means it takes me to a different floor, or just a different area. It's hard to keep up a combo when Eleanor's, wow, tossing them in the air.
You too.
Making them fly over like ragdolls. Who's over here? Oh. Poor guy.
Hey, it's you again.
I'm so busy. I'm so busy I can't even notice what's going on around me.
You're not fooling anybody. Why bother?
I was hoping to not have to deal with yous guys. Whenever I run into yous, I always lose so much monies.
Because Velvet always forces unreasonable demands on you?
Oh, Miss Exorcist, your concern warms my little turtle's heart.
I'm not forcing anything. I just think he's trying to take advantage of us by fixing his prices well above market rate.
Price fixing? Isn't deliberately marking up items so as to take advantage of the less fortunate? I was under the impression that the Abbey strictly forbade such unscrupulous business tactics.
Ah! Perish the thought, Miss. Our accounting is always above board. 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. No matter whens and no matter wheres, you can get whatever you needs for the same fair price.
That's good to hear. Eleanor, give the nice turtles that smile he so desires.
I'm sure running a business is hard work. Hang in there.
Much obliged.
Poor guy. Crooks and nobles working together. World's too scary for me. Actually, now that he's here, I can actually enhance and buy gear. Which is really nice. Everything is mastered for Roku there. 708. Exquisite charm. Sure, I mean, might as well. If it's gonna take a long time, make it take as long as it wants to take. Oh, he's still learning that. Wow. I have a lot of shoes. Yeah, she's done too. Should be able to sell most of my weapons. At least sell all of them and just keep one of each kind on me to double check later. I definitely want to try to finish the stream in a place where I could do this in more detail and better. Wow, why is this one so much? Oh, because of the abilities it has on it, huh? Well, give me that money. Probably better actually to dismantle them so I can get the materials. Just dismantle everything until I have just one of everything. Yeah. If anything, I should have probably just kept going till I ran into this guy yesterday, so I know that he doesn't need any of those. He wasn't that far in, but that's fine. Armor. Oops, that was all the Floric waistcoats. Oh, Tetris effect updated again? Didn't see that coming. Okay, rings. And shoes. I have a lot of shoes. Have these enemies just been exclusively dropping? That's funny. Okay, let's enhance some of the stuff that everybody has. Where the heck do I get... Oops, I didn't want to enhance. Oh, fuck. Forgot I put it... That's fine, that's fine. So why does everyone take freaking silver? Did he use silver too? Yep. Venus satchel. Oh, it's bronze. Yay. Much more doable. Oops, I didn't want to do that 4 times. That's fine. That's fine. Ooh, yeah, right. These things. Feldspar. Yeah, once the pluses of these things increase a certain amount, it lets you, it increases the blast gauge along with it, which is very nice. Odorless fluid, don't have any of that. Okay, I think that's good enough. I beefed up everyone a fair amount. I think that's okay. And given that I only keep equipment on until it's mastered. But also, like, upgrading equipment and then dismantling the upgraded equipment gets you a lot more drops than just dismantling the fresh equipment. So it's not too bad of a deal. I just wonder where it is I get silver and gold scraps from. Maybe they just get dropped by enemies later in the game.
I unleashed all my power. Maybe I overdid it.
Velvet learned a new art. Just what she needed. I only went that way. That was the prison cells.
Don't get overconfident.
Yeah, I put a ton of time into what's it called? Trials of Mana yesterday. I wonder how much Trials of Mana is liked in the community in terms of its plot. Because then, like, I mean, like I said before, the plot for Trials of Mana is really simple. There's nothing like super crazy about it. No giant plot twist, really. Like, everything is really predictable about it. But the thing that gets me is the fact that by the end of the game, the Tree of Mana withers, the Goddess of Mana disappears, and the Sword of Mana is gone too, because the enemies used it. And it's like, that seems like a complete and total disregard for everything that the player would have achieved in the first game. So I'm just like, are people okay with this? Because I know people have a lot of issues with some other games because of plot reasons like that. I just find it strange. I never played the older Mana games, but it just seems odd. Either way, I'm at the part where the Benevodons, which is weird that the big monsters in the game are called Benevodons, because it sounds like benevolent, and I'm like, they're clearly not benevolent, but I'm at the part where you have to kill them all. You have to hunt them down, because they've woken up. I took out 4 of them, and I'm gonna take out the other 4 when I play again later today, maybe. Which also means that I'm getting the items that will allow my characters to class change for the 3rd time, which is rad. I'm like, yes, please. Let me class change again.
I don't think we have a chance.
There we go, got it. I think that was my first time doing it myself, since usually it's the CPU that does it. I wonder, do they mean an 8-hit combo as in 8 hits, or as in 8 attacks? Because that might be a sticking point that I'm getting confused by. Because for example, like Rokuro has an attack where he drops from the sky 3 times and hit the enemy, and it makes 3 hits. So if I fill up a line of Rokuro's arts with just that art 4 times in a row, he hits 12 times. But does that count as 12 hits or 4 attacks? Because it says a 12-hit, like 8-hit combo, but I swear I've gotten over 8 hits. I tap the art button, the Mystic Art button, and then it doesn't take. So maybe I'm right in thinking that it's 8 attacks. So in other words, do a full string, use their break art to enable a second string, complete that second string, and then do the Mystic Art. Makes a little bit more sense to me that way, even though it's still not directly what it says on the text, but who knows. Shock drum, right? Yep. Saw the yellow, and I'm like, that's what it is. Think about the elements in this game, because like obviously they have spells like they have like dark looking spells, like I think Lapis has one, Void Mire, but it doesn't count as dark magic because there's no dark magic in this game. Spells like that actually count as a combination of 2 different arts. It's an interesting approach. Like I think lightning, there is no electrical element, so it probably just counts as wind attack, since you know that does fall in the same category. It's fine because then I go back to what's it called?
We will need to be extremely wary.
Trials of Mana, and they have 8 elements there. It's like they got fire, water, wind, earth. Then they have, I think, it's dark, light, moon, and wood. These guys are really annoying. I was gonna do, well, I wasn't gonna do a Mystic Art, I was just gonna do a break art. Oh, once again, I held the button down, and he did that instead. Ooh, Eleanor learned Life. And Lafayette learned Dark Fangs. Okay, Expedition, what you got for me?
This recipe looks real
Fresh
tasty.
squeezed Norman carrots.
Scout.
Alright, not much of value in here. Guess we can go back to, well, not the first floor, B2 instead.
I'll end this quickly.
Those witches were ruining everything by casting. I think it's that Crown Fire was doing a ton of damage. You know what? I just realized having Magalu in the team might actually help, since she can stop all these enemies that are casting spells from doing it. I should do that. I'm gonna swap Magalu in.
It looks like no one is injured.
Such an obvious answer to this problem.
Don't blame me if this goes.
Oh, I will take the... From the way you were talking, it seemed like you had an idea of who was behind the riot. What happened here?
I'd think someone in your position would know.
There were reports of a large riot, but I was caught up in chasing you, so I heard little else.
It was a small affair, really. Velvet Rokuro and I were being held on this island. Velvet instigated the other prisoners to riot so that we could escape.
She used the prisoners?
Yeah. You'd expect different from me?
How did it end?
We didn't stay to see, but the prisoners were losing badly. Or at least, that's what it looked like. But if that was the case, then where did all the exorcists go?
I know Oscar left to report the incident, but the other guards should have remained at their posts.
Well, if they didn't flee, we have to assume they were all killed.
By this Headless Knight, perhaps? Well, no sense losing our heads, I suppose. But it looks like we're in for a heck of a fight.
All we have to do is mop up anyone who's left.
I like that. I don't know why Eleanor's surprised at this point. Is Velvet being like, what? What did you think I was gonna do? Not cause a riot?
What was it called? Venomization, right? The dark ritual of making demons feed on each other to birth stronger ones.
Eisen, how many demons does the ritual require?
It's more a matter of quality than quantity. Stronger demons mean more powerful malevolence.
The ritual mixes the victor's malevolence with that of the devoured, creating a terrible, bloodthirsty monster. You see, the newfound power comes at a great cost. With it, the victor's last vestiges of self-control are stripped away.
So it's something even more than a monster. A seething ball of pure power and malevolence.
Roguro, don't tell me you're considering it for yourself.
Of course I am. I'll consider anything that can make me stronger.
You cannot be serious!
What's there to be so surprised about? Well, look at Velvet. She's already eaten countless demons.
You're ridiculous!
He's right. If it helps me find my vengeance, I don't care.
Velvet?
Wait, are you really going to do it?
Relax, it's not gonna happen. Becoming a monster wouldn't bother me. But when I defeat my rival, I have to be myself for it to mean anything. It's the same for Velvet.
It is?
Besides, if I kill a previous victor of the ritual, I'll have proved myself strong enough not to need the extra power.
You're ridiculous.
That's a good way to look at it, Rokuro. Also, today is there is a Nintendo Direct today at 6, I think. Well, for my time, 6 Eastern. That's what it says on the board, which is interesting. I could be wrong, but I swear whenever a Nintendo Direct is posted, they usually don't have Eastern time on there. So I was surprised to see it this time.
You'll be rust on my blade.
I was like, I swapped Magulu in, right? I did. She also has the ability to restore life. Also, gosh, I forgot if I brought this up before. Because I was surprised at how ineffective First Aid and Healing Circle are. Turns out increasing the difficulty decreases how much you heal. It's just a hangman? How many dire foes are there? Because you get an achievement for beating each one. I mean, the Lindworm makes it sound like that's the last one. But I'm like, out of all of them? I gotta stop using that move. Like, the retreating attack is good for obviously retreating, but I'm not... Oh.
We won, right? Right?
I guess so. I don't know, it just died. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay.
Guess it's time to fight.
Yeah, I was right, it is Crown Fire. Can y'all stop doing that? There's everything in here is casting spells.
It won't change anything.
Deceiving Pummel. If I could control Magilu better, then I would definitely use her myself, but I cannot. How do I change elevation? B3 is where the enemy is. The Headless Knight. There's one trash chest in here. Tarnished silver coin. There you are. Cumbrous daggers. I guess nothing else in here except for well, I mean, a cat's chest doesn't count towards the total count, so if there's a cat's chest in here, I wouldn't see it. Like, it wouldn't be on the counter.
Guess it's time to fight.
Nice wall of fire there. I remember using that move that looked like that with Lila.
We're finished here. Let's go.
Yeah, wow. Speak of it. 275 to open. Are you serious? I was really hoping they would stop at around 200. In terms of like the price going up to open these shits. That's way too much. I definitely didn't open all of them in my previous playthrough, but I'm definitely gonna try to open them all now.
Always ready to fight.
As long as it takes. Obviously, I won't be doing that on stream. Of this stream, I'm only gonna keep it going till I finish the game. I know I did all the bonus stuff for Zestiria on stream, but I don't think I want to do that for Berseria. I could record it if I wanted to, just for future reference. And upload it with no commentary.
You really do have a peculiar air about you.
Okay. What was it? What was it? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do the Berseria post game on my own time. Because like I can always hook up the capture, but instead of streaming, just record. And then just keep it that way. I don't think that'd be too bad. Definitely doable, and I won't have to worry about anything. I just play at my own pace. So it's just since I don't know how long the bonus dungeon is. I don't think I even got that far into it, to be honest. Yeah. I got far enough to get Velvet and Laphicet's dual art, which apparently is not actually a learned skill, which is cool. It doesn't appear on the art list, but I have the Ventite for it, or the Potentite for it. So if I want to, I can theoretically use it whenever I want. Of course, that means... Actually, let's see if I can use it. I'm going to try to build it up and see if I can actually pull off the move. There is a little sticking point. Let me go read it. See, where are the Potentites? Here. Ventite of Blade and Paper. It allows Velvet and Laphicet to form a Team Mystic if they both have at least 5 BG each within a combo. Perform a Switch Blast and hold the Mystic Art button during the change. Yeah, that's not that hard to do. It's just a matter of having the 5 blast gauge for it. Which Velvet has 6, and Laphicet has all his 5. So yeah, I can do it. I just need to get Velvet up to
or I'll leave you behind.
5, and I can't have her spending all her arts on Mystics all over the place. Yeah, I'll try to pull it off. I think I should be able to do it, theoretically. So we have a boss fight coming up, so it'd be really nice if I could pull it off there. It's just to hold the Mystic Art button while doing a switch in the middle of a combo. So that's not too hard to do. Since it doesn't like require a certain combo count. It's just like, yeah, in the middle of any combo switch, and then... Oh, there he is. That wasn't that hard to find at all.
The Headless Knight!
He must be the product of the venomization.
Well, he definitely looks vicious enough.
Not as vicious as our Velvet, though.
Right, it'd be nice if I could do it for this fight, but I doubt I'll be able to build up all 5. Well, I mean, I only need 3 more blast gauge. We'll see what happens. Antique armor, 31,000.
Where's his voice even coming from?
I don't know. Look inside.
Huh. I mean, well, I guess we could say the same thing about Kurogane, since he can still talk even though we cut his head off. And again, when he was talking, it's not like his head moved, so I guess it wasn't necessary. Man, he is dying so fast. Yeah, this guy's not gonna live long enough for for that. Hello, Lizzie. Oh, just 40? Okay, we're all about the same level.
Well, that takes
Oh no, that wasn't it. I just remembered, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
I feel something again.
More malevolence?
No, another Earth Pulse point. It must be on this island.
I sense it too. It's very close.
Directly underneath us, I would guess.
What is this place?
Welcome to the most secure cell in the entire complex. The darkest hole in Titania. Feel anything, Laphicet?
Yeah, I think this is the Earth Pulse point. If this cell is where the Earth Pulse point is, then does that mean it housed a Therian?
Yeah, and a real hungry one at that. Every day, they would toss demons into its cell. It would devour its fill, then wipe the blood from its lips. Never once realizing it was delivering to Inominat the malevolence of hundreds of demons and prisoners. And then one day, there appeared before it a female Moloch, who shattered the barrier and freed the Therian from its cage. But the Therian knew no mercy, and it devoured its liberator. And it was then... It was then I obtained the power. The power to avenge my brother.
Velvet, you're a Therian?
This prison island was a feeding ground for the Therian, harnessing the malevolence created by the prisoners within.
But because Velvet escaped, the malevolence went out of control.
Wow, the same darn thing that happened back in Kamoana's village.
Lord Artorias would never have done such a thing.
No? What's so unbelievable? That he used his wife's brother as a human sacrifice? That he imprisoned his wife's sister? Because that's what your damned holy shepherd did! All to get his hands on Inominat's power!
I'm sure he had a reason for...
A reason? To spare the world of its pain? Don't give me that! Who will spare my brother's pain? Who will soothe my brother's despair? He murdered my little brother Laphi! And you'll stand there and tell me it was for the greater good? At any rate, that's one less Therian for us to track down.
Velvet.
Help! Eleanor!
Kamoana?
What? Did Velvet yell at you so hard you're starting to hear voices now?
I have a feeling something's wrong. Kamoana could be in danger. But we already beat the Headless Knight. I still can't shake this feeling. Please, let's go back and check on them.
Gosh, I bet Velvet's been wanting to yell that at Eleanor since they met. Must feel good. To have all the crimes that this asshole's committed just be wiped away because, oh, but reason. Really annoying. I can imagine that getting really annoying. Okay, see, I just remembered because I'm like, that boss was really easy. That was not the Headless Knight, right? Okay. It's funny that I forgot that temporarily too, because yesterday I was looking through the, not yesterday, day before I was looking through the bestiary. And there's a tab for just all the bosses in the game. So I was like, how far down this tab am I? So I scrolled down it to the point where we are. And I saw the boss enemy that we had to fight.
So, Velvet is a Therian, is she? I knew there was something off about her.
But it's what she cried out that's really on my mind. Laphicet, is Velvet truly Lord Artorias' younger sister?
She never told me.
If it were true, I suppose it would explain her knowledge of Lord Artorias' training.
If you're so curious, why not ask her yourself? Hey Velvet, what's your connection to Artorias?
Rokuro, have some tact!
I heard you whispering. Doesn't bother me. Artorias was married to my late sister, Celica. He was our brother-in-law. We lived together for more than 10 years.
That does explain a few things.
So he sacrificed his little brother and turned his sister into a Therian.
But you were his family.
To his view of the grand scheme, family is inconsequential. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. All he did was act according to his ideal logic. Well, enough chit-chat. Let's get moving.
Just kind of Rokuro. He's like the ultimate icebreaker. It's like, hey, Velvet. At least we're all on the same page now. So it's Velvet, Kamoana, the bug, and then there's another Therian that's here. So that leaves just 3 that we gotta hunt down. I think I know the order we find them in. I think it's the snake, the dog, and then the
So it turns out that Velvet is a Therian who consumes
the vampire.
malevolence.
And too much malevolence is what changes people into demons. Strong enough malevolence can persist after the person who created it dies, turning their corpse or spirit into a raging monster. That's how undead and phantom demons come about.
Then the demons Velvet killed turned back into humans because she devoured their malevolence.
Yeah, and consequently, they avoided becoming undead or anything like that.
So she saved them. Well, I mean, a corpse is a corpse, of course.
Do you think she could devour only the malevolence and turn a living demon human again?
Unfortunately, that's impossible due to malevolence's self-reinforcing nature. When Therians are connected to Inominat through an Earth Pulse point, they seem to be able to absorb small concentrations of malevolence from the surrounding area and inhibit the creation of new demons. But any human who builds up enough malevolence to turn into a demon will keep producing malevolence as long as they live.
That's right. To devour any malevolence, I need to cut it off at the source. That's how my powers work.
Velvet, I'm sorry.
I don't mind it. Actually, I find it convenient. This way, I'll never forget my hatred for Artorias.
Plus, as long as you stay away from an Earth Pulse point, you get to keep the power of any malevolence you consume.
Fuel for my hatred, yes.
Hey, it's a strong motivator. Can't argue with that. These are just more cells down. Yeah, we've already been there. Yeah, so the real Headless Knight, we'll see if he's any harder. Maybe I can build up my, well, I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I can build up my blast gauge in that fight, but I guess we'll just have to see. Oh, hey. Hello. I was like, where are all the enemies? They all left.
Be proud. You made me unleash my full
Should have
power.
saved that, Rokuro. We're gonna be fighting a boss soon. Nut job. And what does this? Where does this path go? Maybe it leads to the rear docks, because I know there's a whole other section. Well, I mean, actually don't know that. The South Watchtower. Oh, no way up to the roof for this one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything else over here. That's interesting. Yeah, you could have sworn, because they mentioned at the opening of the game that there's 2 docks on this island, one in the front, one in the back. I thought we might use the back one later in the game. Guess not. So if I remember correctly, we should just... I don't remember correctly. This isn't right at all. Alright, Headless Knight time. Hopefully we're able to kill it easily, and maybe I can build up my gauge power in it during this fight. Yeah, there it is.
came back for me. A promise is a promise, sweetheart. A Headless Knight and a horse demon.
It's giving off a ton of malevolence.
This must be the true survivor of the venomization process.
Oh, I get it! The dying exorcist lady wasn't saying Headless Knight is back. She was going for Headless Knight on horseback.
Whatever the case, we'll fight whoever we have to claim this island.
Even the horse is headless. That's how you know this one's for real. Yeah, it's up to 53. Its weakness is just physical attacks. That's nice. And it resists earth and wind. So Aizen's not in this fight. Good. He would not help.
Now I can't help but wonder how the horse...
Oh. Lavi's just wondering how the horse neighs. I mean, that's a good question to have. And just stick to water and fire, Mikey Lou. That's all it's weak against. I mean, well, that it doesn't resist, I mean. Oh, well, the shield has a face. I know I can't escape. No need for that prompt to pop up. Try your best. It reminds me of when I was playing Persona 5 and Persona 4. It was the same thing. Some enemies in that game are just weak to physical attacks, and you're like, wow, sucks to be you. Oh, cool, I got it. I just need to land a combo. Oh, fuck. That's gonna be really hard to do with no blast gauge. I mean, no break souls. Come on, I almost had it. There we go. Cool, I got it. Interesting that didn't kill it though. Yes. That's rad. That's really cool. So I assume because I got that in the bonus dungeon that the bonus dungeon also includes for the other two characters as well. And for the other pairs as well. Kill it, Aizen. Kill it. frick is very stubborn. There we go. Jeez. The guy just did not want to go.
That's venomization, all right. Definitely stronger than that headless lump of armor.
I beg your pardon?
Not you.
The demon from the villa?
No, look! It's absorbing the malevolence. It's a Therian.
Actually, that hawk is Griffin, my one and only friend.
A damned Therian. So that's what Tabitha meant when she said we'd find out shortly.
But Your Highness, why do you have a Therian?
It's like I said, Griffin has been my dear friend ever since I was a child. Even if he's a Therian now, that hasn't changed.
So you knew you were helping a Therian escape. What are you plotting?
I have no plots or schemes. I just want Griffin to be free.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised. The Crown Prince and future king, he's gonna do whatever he likes.
I suppose I am at that. But if I am, it's the first time I've ever been allowed a choice of my own. When you're a prince, you're not a person. You're an institution, one designed to serve the state and its people. Say, for instance, you're doing your law studies and your back suddenly itches. What do?
I mean, I'd scratch it. Who wouldn't?
When I did that, my tutor gave me a whipping so hard the blood ran down my back. The reason being that I prioritized a personal feeling, that is to say my itch, over my studies in service of the state. Seeing Griffin lay claim to the skies let me imagine my own freedom. It was my lone solace over the years. But then, he turned out to be responsive to Innominat's power.
I take it the Midgand royal family is well aware that the Abbey is creating Therians.
Of course. How could we not? The kingdom offers unequivocal support to Shepherd Artorius' vision of reason and will. Even so, if there was one thing I could never permit, it was seeing Griffin locked up and unable to fly. Never. I tricked the Exorcist on guard and disabled the barrier. But then Griffin attacked the Exorcist and killed him.
That's why you said you could never go back.
They can overlook a single dead Exorcist, but with a Therian removed, malevolence will engulf the capital.
I knew full well what I was doing. And yet, I couldn't watch my friend's life be stripped away.
Your Highness.
He chose a single bird over the world. Why do you think that birds fly?
That's what Lord Artorius asked me. My anatomy book says birds can fly because their bones are light and their wing muscles are enormously strong.
Birds fly because a bird that cannot fly is no bird at all. That's what I think.
I understand now. As long as you remain on this island, you may do as you please. But if you try to escape, I'll kill you.
That should work. This way we'll have him on hand if we ever need a hostage.
Understood. I appreciate you letting Griffin and me stay here.
Well, now that that's taken care of, let's build ourselves a hideout.
Switch Blast. Oh yeah, 40 grade, not bad. Yeah, gosh, those. I can't wait to see the other Team Mystics. Since they put Velvet with Laphicet, I'm like, then what are the other combos gonna be? Is it Magilu and Eleanor and then Aizen and Rokuro? No. Because I'd say that Eleanor and Rokuro interact enough during the story, but Aizen and Magalu would be an Arl one, so I guess we'll just see how it is, how the other combos work. Because I don't know. They're all a lot easier to do than Ultima Elementia from Zestiria, that's for sure. It's a nightmare to pull that art off.
Hey, Velvet, do you know where Eleanor is?
Wasn't she just playing with you?
Yeah, but then she left. I'm worried because she looked pretty sad. Can you go find her?
Why me? All right, fine. Just don't cry on me, okay?
He's Kamohan that knows how to manipulate people. She's a smart one. Did I get the treasure? I did. It was a portrait, the landscape. Yeah, okay. I did. Alright, cool. Hello, everyone. How is y'all doing?
A most interesting interpretation. What do you make of this part here, then?
Well, if you pronounce it Loney Kyle, then it'd mean midriff, which probably isn't right. Maybe Muse Mila?
Well, that would make this passage read, Pornges are nummy.
Okay. Yeah, that's not right either. What's wrong, Velvet?
Have you seen Eleanor?
No, I haven't. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to watch her.
Just read somewhere where there's more light. You'll hurt your eyes like this.
Okay.
Oh, now I know it. I used to read all the darn time. I just love that Grimoire cares so little about where she is that she was just chilling on the beach surrounded by demons. He's like, whatever. It's a nice place for the whole crew to chill out.
Hey, Rokuro, have you seen Eleanor?
Probably. I don't know. Bit drunk.
Just try not to go overboard.
But man, are we a bunch of screw-ups or what? I mean, we've kidnapped a prince now. They gotta have laws against that. Broke out of prison, flattened Helavis, tried to assassinate a shepherd. Hey, how many infractions do you think we're on the hook for?
Pardon me if I don't stop and count. If you don't like it, nobody's forcing you to tag along.
No, I still haven't repaid my debt to you.
You say that, but you really just want to beat Shigude, don't you?
Whoa, to me they're both connected. It's a long story, but I can tell you if you...
I'll pass.
Well, join me for a drink then?
Can't. I'm 19.
I don't care if you're a demon, that rule is universal. At least he's a little... what's the word I was looking for? A little... I don't have it anymore. I lost it. Dial sound to you. Princes aren't this weird in stories. He's a bit peculiar. I think Magilu's up here. And there's Aizen. She's probably over there then. So I think Eleanor's outside.
Hey, you got any idea where Eleanor is?
No, sorry. I was having a meeting with Benwick and the crew about our search for Ifried.
Are you sure you're okay with putting that off? At this point, the Abbey doesn't have much reason to keep him alive. Wouldn't you rather look for him than Therians?
I know time is a factor, but we still don't have any decent leads. I think we need to stir up the Abbey and see what shakes loose. And who better to do that than you?
So this works for both of us then.
Never fear. I'm still acting out of self-interest. Besides, Ifrid won't die so easily.
He's a strong man. It'd take a lot to bring him down.
Yeah. I've never seen him flinch from a storm, no matter how choppy the seas.
Where angels fear to tread, as they say.
Probably some of that as well.
I swear, I think almost everyone has asked about that question. Do you ever get cold? Because the answer's probably no.
Hey, any idea where Eleanor went?
How should I know? I'm too busy to spare any time worrying about anyone else.
You look pretty distinctly unoccupied to me right now.
Right, I'm busy being unoccupied.
You're... what?
It's simple. When you have free time, it means you're busy trying to avoid having any business to do.
You're too weird for this world, Magulu.
Says the woman with the world's blandest personality.
I always figured you'd be the type to take off as soon as things got hairy. So what keeps you here?
I am utterly, completely, totally, wholly devoid of anything else to do. Which is to say I'm...
unoccupied.
Right, now you get it. Besides, I have to stick around to see how our bet turns out, don't I?
Gosh, she really just is the laziest person, isn't she? Anyway, we do have more people all over the base now, too. Since they're just chilling out. Secret fort or a hideout. I don't really care what you guys call it as long as you don't screw anything up. Yeah, there's Benwick. Is the freaking turtle still here? Yep. Nice. I'm almost certain she's outside. If she's not outside, then fuck. I don't know where she is. I could probably just look at the map. I've already talked to everyone. I like these moments in a lot of RPGs where you can just talk to the people and see what they're thinking. Okay, then my next guess is she's not out here, then she's on top of one of the towers. That'd be my next guess. Anyway, yep, I was right, the North Watchtower. I knew it! I knew it. Yeah, seriously, the tag team mystic in Zisteria is so hard to use. Because you have to use start with Soray's mystic, and then you have to go into all his I forget what they're called, but the Seraphim. And while they're doing their mystics, you have to hit one of the buttons on the controller a certain amount of times. And it increases for each one, 10, 20, 30, 40, I think, something like that. And the issue becomes, I think Mikleo was my sticking point, because his first mystic is so short, and you have to get, like, I think, like 20, 30, maybe, button presses in while he's doing it. It's really hard to do. Of course, something for some reason triggers them to use their second mystics sometimes, and I'm like, that's a lot better, because they're generally longer. But Mikleo was definitely the hardest one. I only ever got it once. I recorded it though, and I have it on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Counts as a mystic for Rose and Soray, which is really cool. Either way, yeah, Eleanor found you. That was hard.
There you are, Eleanor. Kamoana's worried about you.
You actually came looking for me?
Can't say no to a crying child.
Indeed. She may be a Therian now, but deep down, she's still a lonely little girl. That's something I've come to realize in traveling with you all. Wretched demons and Therians, even the Malakim who'd I'd only thought of as tools, they all live and think as humanly as the rest of us. I was so clueless. I didn't know what Demon Blight really was, nor what the Abbey was doing. Through it all, I knew nothing beyond blind belief in whatever I was taught.
Ignorance is bliss, as they say.
The coward's path is not that of an exorcist. They may say, I didn't know anything, so I can't be blamed. I can't live like that. I think I'll stay here a little longer to cool my head off. Please tell Kamoana I'm alright.
Don't stay out too long. The sea breeze can get cold.
Thank you.
Don't get the wrong idea. If you got sick or something, Kamoana and Laphicet would worry. That's all.
I have something to say. There's something I've been hiding, until now. I've been acting undercover on a special mission for Lord Artorias. I was to watch over the Malik Laphicet and bring him to Abbey headquarters. So vital was the mission, I was to do whatever it took, even kill my fellow exorcists.
You were gonna take me to them.
I'm sorry for deceiving you, Laphicet. Originally, I was going to get you to lower your guard, then take you in. However, I no longer intend on following the Abbey's orders.
You're turning your back on Artorias?
No. I still believe in the sincerity of Lord Artorias. That the world he seeks is one that will benefit all humankind. But nevertheless, I simply cannot bring myself to condone the methods he has chosen to achieve that vision, so... I will help you protect the Therians, until I discover the answer I seek.
Eleanor!
I want to live a life that I don't have to be ashamed of, and to do that, I have to learn the truth for myself.
So, you live by your emotions after all.
Maybe you found your own creed.
Welcome to our wonderful world of wickedness.
Don't equate us! To act in opposition of one's feelings is to act opposed to reason.
You never make things simple, do you?
You should be glad I don't.
Yeah, after all, she's my vessel.
Yes, yes.
So, I think our next order of business is to find ourselves another Therian. Well, that's the extent of my insight. Anyone got any actual leads?
What if we had Eleanor swipe some intel on them from the Abbey? That could work.
I don't know.
It wouldn't work. Officially, the Abbey still considers her a traitor. So who would leak anything to her?
Yeah. Besides, we can't put Laphicet in danger like that. And anyway, Eleanor's terrible at being a spy.
Ungracious, but accurate.
You know that special underground cell from yesterday? I want to go back there. There's something I want to try out.
All right, let's go.
Eleanor's terrible at being a spy. She is. Velvet and Eisen knew from, like, day one. They heard her talking to, Artorias, I believe it was. Ungracious, but accurate. Yeah, you suck at spying, Eleanor.
Laffy said, I must offer you an apology.
What for?
For spying. I was plotting to take you back to the Abbey. I am truly sorry.
It was your mission, wasn't it? Somehow I think I always knew.
You did?
Call it a hunch. Besides, Velvet was really suspicious of you. Whenever you feel you're doing something wrong, you start to sweat a lot. It seemed odd.
How long have you known?
Ever since you became a vessel for me. I think Velvet knew too.
That's quite a shock. I failed completely in my role as a spy. It's pathetic. Shameful, really.
Well, I think it says something good about you.
Huh?
Someone who can't lie well seems like a better person than someone who has an easy time of it.
Thank you, Laffy said. I think you're the better person here.
I wouldn't go that far.
What are you doing here, Bienfu?
I was hoping you'd let me join in!
We're in the middle of something important. Please leave us be for now.
I'll be quiet. Just let me hang around, all right?
Afraid not.
Bien! Madame Eleanor is a mealyhead! She's a what?
Laffy said, thank you. I hope we can stay friends.
I hope so too, Eleanor.
Still waiting on, just checking my phone real briefly. Oh, another skit. I saw a lot of people still talking about the direct. I'm really excited. We're still, I'm still over 5 hours out from it though. Took us about an hour to. I keep wanting to open the map, and I keep instead opening the main menu. So I'm not checking the main menu for anything. That's like, unless I go in there and actually look at stuff, it's always an accident. I love those two. They're the best. Alright, there's more.
I think I'm finally getting the hang of cooking without testing the taste.
You know, I've always thought you were a really good cook, Velvet.
It's not so hard. All you have to do is follow the recipe. After my sister died, I always did the cooking. The most important thing is adding just the right amount of salt, and the final adjustments of flavor. Oh, and once you're just about done, you have to make a wish that it turns out tasty.
You wish for flavor?
Yeah, so long as you do that, anything will turn out tasting good. Celica taught me that.
It sounds like your sister was quite the master chef.
Oh, I don't know about that. But now I'll never be her match. I've lost my taste, sure, but I've also forgotten what it even feels like to taste something delicious. What I make isn't really food. It's merely sustenance.
I don't think that's true, Velvet. This is great. You're a fine chef, Velvet.
I just remembered something my sister said. She always wished for our food to taste good, because she wanted to see us happy when we ate it.
Oh?
And she said I ate like a pig, too.
I don't think you do.
It's a good thing. You should eat a lot, too, so you can grow up big and strong.
Hey, Bienfu, I have a question for you. I know Magilu likes to call herself a witch and all that, but what is she really?
The obvious guess would be that she's an exorcist, but I don't think I ever saw her name in the roster.
That's not surprising. She is indeed a bona fide dark witch. I should know. I saw one night just how scary she could be. It's enough to keep you awake at night. It was near the crater of a volcano. Above the bubbling magma sat a huge cauldron. Inside the cauldron, a blood-red liquid stickily simmered, boiling in the hellfire heat. When droplets splattered onto Miss Magilou's cheeks, she just cackled and licked it off, and she kept the cauldron boiling for 3 days and 3 nights.
What was she making?
Strawberry jam.
What? What's scary about that?
I was just getting to the scary part. Instead of using sugar, she put in soy sauce, cooking wine, and liquor.
Soy sauce and strawberries? Is that normal?
You wouldn't think so, but that contrasted sweetness, sourness, and saltiness actually makes it taste great. Not that someone like you would understand the appeal. You have to have a refined palate like mine to appreciate it.
Wait, I've heard of that. You can boil things in soy sauce and wine to preserve them. When you do it with strawberries, it's called strawberry soup.
That's right!
Actually, strawberry soup has sea urchin and abalone, not strawberries. It's just called that because the sea urchin plumps up like berries. And it's not preserved either.
Really? Well, I had no idea. Wow, I really liked it too. I wonder if the reason she's never made it for me again is because she realized the mix-up. Now that I think about it, that's not the only thing I like that she made one time. Like durian jellies and the candied sweet fish too.
I think I see what's going on here.
What does the food she's made more than once taste like?
It's just normal stuff, like what you guys always have. Only a truly scary witch could hide that much cooking talent behind such plain-tasting food with no one the wiser.
I don't think that's what was going on there, Bienfu. In fact, I don't think you understand anything that's happening. But you know what? I'll let it slide because you're kind of insane. All the time that he has to spend with Magilou, I'm sure he doesn't understand how the world works anymore. Poor guy. Also, geez, so many freaking...
I know this smell.
Yeah, it's Prince Percival's fragrant wood perfume. When I told him I'd never smelled it before, he put a little on my sleeve to try it out.
I love the smell of the royal family's perfume. It's distinct, but not overpowering. It's made from Fandaria trees, conifers that grow in a snowy land.
I've noticed that you and Velvet and Magilou smell nice too. Do you all wear the same perfume?
We do? We don't use that stuff, but maybe you're smelling the soap we use.
Oh, can only the royal family wear fragrant wood?
No. Some fragrances, including the Fandaria scented ones, only the royal family can use, but most don't have any such restriction.
If they all smell so good on humans, why doesn't everyone use them?
You know, I've never thought about that. Why do you think that is, Aizen?
It's a bit complicated. To explain it right, I'd have to start with the history of bathing in Midgand. A few hundred years ago, people believed they would die if they took a bath. They were so terrified of baths that they wouldn't even go near one.
I can't believe people would be scared of taking a bath. Why would that even happen?
Well, at the time, a deadly plague was running rampant, and people thought that it could be transmitted through bathwater. Bear in mind that this was all before we had proper plumbing or techniques to purify water. People couldn't just bathe anywhere. Sewers like the one we used to sneak through Logres are a fairly recent construction, only around a century old.
Some people even thought bathing at all was unhygienic.
Right. As bathing went out of style, the royal family started to use these fragrant woods.
Covering up their bad smell with a good one. Yep. As a result, their perfumes used to be far more potent, to the point where you couldn't even tell if it smelled good anymore.
But nowadays, nobody actually believes that bathing can make you sick, right?
As civilization advanced, plumbing became widespread, and baths themselves became much cleaner fixtures than they used to be.
And the fragrant woods fell out of favor because they were no longer necessary, right?
To the contrary. As the people gained prosperity, the perfumes became a popular display of wealth. The newfound popularity didn't last long, however, thanks to the propagation of a new disease. One that didn't transmit through baths.
Demon blight, you mean?
With the rise of demon attacks, life outside the city walls became increasingly difficult. With fragrant woods now harder to come by, the perfumes once again became the domain of royalty.
I guess that means that fragrant woods share a long and complicated history with plagues.
To cover up the truth of malevolence, the powers that be spread rumors of a demon plague, continuing their time-honored tradition of covering up one stink with another.
So, what do you think of the perfume? Do you like it?
Yeah, it smells nice. But I think I like the smell of soap better.
Huh?
Guys, they're really slamming us with the skits right now, huh? It's all good stuff. It's always fun to listen to. I like the skits in this game. Also, wow, Aizen's like, yeah, if I want to explain why that is, I'll have to talk about the history of bathing. And I thought they were going to stop him and be like, never mind. But no, they let him go. Like a whole history of bathing. Gosh, sometimes I think about how it would be to live in a world where plumbing is not what it is now. Like, are you serious? Can you imagine? Wow. Sounds like nightmare scenario right there, that's for sure.
This island is so amazing! It's
Never
far
again.
away from any other people and has so much hidden stuff underground. It's such a perfect hideout! Just thinking about it makes me so excited to be here!
Yeah, I guess.
What's wrong? You were so excited to be here before. Don't be such a drag, Laphicet. It's just that this used to be a prison. People were brought here to suffer.
If you're worried about how I feel, don't be. If I really hated this place, I wouldn't have made it my base.
Hell, I was imprisoned here too, but now it's the secret fort I always dreamed of.
I still haven't forgiven the guard who ate all those marron glacés I was sent.
I'll let the past be the past. What part of secret fort are you not getting?
Yeah.
But it can't all be just for fun and games here either. In order to maximize the success of our future battles, we need to maintain and improve this base going forward.
This place seems sturdy as it is. Does it really need more work put into it?
Nonsense. This place was built to specialize in holding prisoners. We can make it better suit our needs.
What are you proposing exactly?
Well, I think we need to start with smokescreen generators. They'll be effective against intruders unfamiliar with the layout here. Of course, afterwards we'll have to clean up all the soot, but still.
No thanks.
I think we need something to put out fires. The fire at Helavi's was really scary.
We have Malakim like you who could use water arts though. If anything happens, you can just put it out.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
What we really need are some secret underground tunnels. If things get too hairy here, we'll need an underground escape route. We can put in hidden doors, and even some fake ones to trick the enemy too.
We have 2 separate docks. That's good enough.
No enemy is going to attack without taking both docks into consideration. That's why we need to build underground tunnels before anything else.
But we're on an island. You know, surrounded by water. Where would these tunnels even lead to?
Isn't it obvious? We'll dig underneath the sea to another uninhabited island nearby.
But there are no other islands nearby.
If it means getting my tunnels, I'll build an island too.
Are you listening to what you're saying?
It sounds like he's daydreaming to me.
And what's wrong with having some dreams? This is a great opportunity we have here. You guys just don't get it.
It's okay. I get where you're coming from. But they'll never understand. You might as well save your breath.
Oh, Aizen. He wants his tunnels. Give Aizen his tunnels.